Hey, a very good morning to you. Today is Tuesday, the 9th day in the month of July. Yes, like we used to say, Tuesday with a difference. Oh yes, you see, it's countdown. Gradually count down. Don't worry, let me hold it like that. If you know, you know. Okay, welcome to Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. It's always a pleasure for you to be our guest and join us on the show as we run the show Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Like I used to say, turn on your notification button so that you know when we are on air. Okay, there's a popular saying that says that when you give out love, love returns back to you in one way or the other. You know, when you give out love to somebody, love will definitely return back to you. It will always find its way around. So what am I saying this morning? Let love lead, as I've always said it. My name is Joy Abu. Family and Value is a show where we talk about everything that has to do with the family. From dating, courtship, relationship, children, mother, father, extended family, just name it. Everything that has to do with the family, we discuss it on Family and Values, where we have seasoned experts in various fields, you know, to help us through these journeys. And our Thursdays are always dedicated to our health. Like we used to say, a healthy family brings forth a healthy society. Okay, now on my way to work, something happened this morning, and it kind of caught my attention. You know, sometimes when you enter into a motor vehicle that is not yours, I used to say it, commuters should be empathetic in nature. You know, when you're entering and they say shift, it's important that you shift. It just shows you how life is. Life is like a moving vehicle. Once you come down, it still continues. It's not your permanent seat, you know. And today people went physical, you know, people that were preparing for work, men that were ready to go to, and that's how the devil creeps into your day and messes your day up. And they were, you know, fighting each other simply because one said adjust and the other said I'm not adjusting, and it landed in a very big fight. But then what was the lesson I learned there? I just learned that sometimes the devil does not come physical to you, he uses someone. So avoid trouble as much as you can. See, you're not a fool when you keep silent and when you decide to do the right thing. If somebody says adjust and you adjust, even if you're squeezing yourself, avoid that trouble at that moment. Now imagine what happened to these two people. They couldn't go to work any longer, and you know, the driver said, oh, the person, everybody calm down, and we have to start looking for another vehicle. One single act of adjust. I mean, you know, so empathetic nature is very key. Let's be empathetic to one another. And we know a lot is happening in the society. Frustration is everywhere. But please, before you leave the house, check yourself, talk to yourself. Ask yourself questions. Am I ready to transfer my frustration on someone? You know, everybody is going through one thing or the other. You never can tell what another person is going through. That's why I had to say, let love lead. Okay, yes, it's always Tuesday with a difference. And I have my beautiful Larry coming out with a fly. You know, I decided to do a touch of blue, head to toe. And she, on the other side, decided to do a touch of red. You know, and that gave me a very beautiful combination. Don't worry, you see our guest pretty seated too with a very cool calm color, making the three of us very beautiful this morning. That's why I said, when you see these beautiful faces, you know it's time for Family and Values. Let's give it for Lori. You're not expecting that, right? Standing ovation. Good morning. See, because I didn't add Mama Gen Z to it.
When she has done all the accolades and everything, I just need to be humble. You know, because there's nothing or more I can say except not to keep quiet. You know, I don't have to keep quiet. I still have to say something, but it's just that she has finished everything. So, you know, as being humble, I'm just coming to say, my name is Lori Adejoke, David, which my friends call me Lori AJ. I hope we had a splendid night's rest. And I want you to do one thing, enjoy the day, and don't let tomorrow take too much of today. Don't let tomorrow take too much of today, because today is today. And because today is today, today is the friend to need today. Whatever is going to happen tomorrow definitely will be greater than what is going to happen today. But yet, make stand and take it very personal to make today a very profound one for yourself. Like she was talking about patience. I believe humility is the key word. Sometimes we are so bothered and frustrated with whatever we're living home with. How we woke up in the morning, the stress we went through, trying to have our bath if you're living in face me and face you. If you're living in an apartment whereby you're with, you have roommates, like hostel or something, irrespective. Maybe you have issue with your wife, your girlfriend, your mom. Yeah, we also have adults who live with their parents. And sometimes we wake up and find ourselves on a very bad note. Can we try? Yes, we are human. Sometimes we cannot contain it. But there are ways we can actually let, peace revolve around us. Because when you start the day, you should not start the day with punches. You did not start the day with punches in the house. Now you have your face all messed up. You're going for an interview, you're going for a contract you want to bid for. Your clothes is all rumpled, stained with blood, or any hand trying to settle scores. God, please save us.
Yeah, He will
save us from ourselves.
Save us from ourselves, yes.
But God should still help us to save us from ourselves, because sometimes when you keep quiet, it doesn't make you to be a fool.
Yeah.
But humility go a long way. Just let it slide, and peace will be great.
Let it slide, yes, let it slide. And while I was at Allen trying to get a tricycle, I met this girl that was crying on the road. An adult crying. And the moment I saw her putting on black, so I could understand she just lost someone. And she was on her way to work, and then the call came in that she just lost her dad. And the dad is in Benue State. And, I just had to confront her. I said, come on. You cry from now to tomorrow is not going to bring back the man. Two things: get to the office, just take off and go home. There is no need fighting it. I told her, I said, I'm not going to tell you don't cry. I'm not going to tell you don't grieve. But all I'm going to say is comfort yourself in the Lord. He said the man just slept and that was it.
And also they'll give her the opportunity to go back
today.
Because, sometimes we take certain things for granted.
For granted, yes.
Yes, you may be working under someone, and it may seem like you have a lot of things to do. Yeah, sorry about your father.
But work
one
would
thing
still
they
go
forget
on.
to know is that there will be no compulsion.
That is it. That is it.
There is no way someone who just lost a father, a mother, a dear one, someone close, even a friend, and you still want that person to be in the office to deliver.
Initially, I thought maybe she lost money. You get.
Yes, we want to make ends meet, but there won't be any compulsion. The person will not be in the right state of mind to really deliver what the employer
really wants.
So we need to also look at that, because I pray the person will have a heart that says sacrifice.
It boils down to being empathetic in nature. That's how I see it. If you're empathetic towards one another, you would definitely want to. Okay, so on that note, we don't want to keep you waiting. We don't want to keep our pretty guests in the studio waiting.
Yes, and I have this shout out before they collect their daughter. Hey, please don't collect your daughter. I don't want her to collect that. My daughter-in-law's mom, Mrs. O. I wish her happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yes, God will make your year to be refined and be renewed like that of eagle. This age will be a best one for you.
Yeah, talking about birthday shout out. Now you see, just reminded me of a happy birthday to our mother-in-law. We love you. We are sending all the greetings. And then my little baby just clocked 3 years this morning. Like I was talking about shout out, I knew that I had planned the whole episode. I'm like, hey, how did I miss her? Okay, Michelle is 3 years. Yes, that's my baby. Like, when you have, when somebody says like you're the stepmother to this child, like that's my baby. That's me. Somebody say, did you give birth? Yes, I gave birth to her. Michelle is my baby. That's my goddaughter. Yes, she is 3 years and she's grown into a very beautiful lady. I'm wishing you all the best. Mommy sending all the big love to you. We love you. We appreciate you. Happy birthday to you, Michelle. Yes. We love you. Okay, so to everybody celebrating, happy anniversary, happy. We are sending our love to you. It's still my birthday month, Don't worry. It's still my birthday month.
Please don't let this thing fade off.
It won't fade off. It's still my birthday month. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, so on that note, let's go on our mini feature so that you have an idea into today's topic. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. step parenting. You know, when we talk about family, like we say, we incorporate everybody, everything that makes the family. And you and I will agree that step parenting has brought a lot of negativity in the society. You know, when you tell somebody I'm a step parent, the first thing they think is you're a wicked person, or, you know, that mentality is in the society simply because those that found themselves in that shoe did not do proper job. And we are trying as a family, as a show, to talk about it and make you understand that there is the positivity in step parenting, and it starts with you who have decided to step into that family. Okay, so we have a very seasoned guest in the house. She is not new to the family, you know, she is a part of us, you know, but for a while she decided, you know, to travel and go and make money. She has brought the money. She will share the money with me today. Okay, she is an author. Yes, with me. She is an author. She's a marriage counselor who have been married for over 30 decades plus and still counting. Now she's not a step parent, but she has an idea, because this is her field. She has seen, she has heard, and she's here to educate the viewers how to go about proper parenting. We have no other person in the studio than Deaconess Balanle Oba. Good morning. Yes, I think you share the money with me.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Leave Mama Gen Z. It's me and you. You know, 16th is my birthday. Okay. So we are using birthday. You can relate. I love that.
Then one of my daughters too is 28th of July.
Okay. So we'll give that shout out.
We have July.
We have July. Yours is 20th July.
20th.
You see, that I should just leave the money for
so
us.
Both of you, July. That's interesting. We're going to be eating on the show.
Okay, welcome to the show.
So good to have you.
Now, when we were putting this topic, you are the first person that came into my mind. I know you're full of experience. You've heard, you've seen, you've had to counsel people. Now, I grew up from a home where I was raised by a stepmom. We'll get to that point. But generally, for those people who do not, you know, sometimes when you say step parenting, they just feel it's one big grammar we are speaking. Yes. What is step parenting generally?
When we talk about step parenting, it is when you are married to a man or a woman that has children from a previous relationship. Then you are coming in, you know, to take the role of either a father or a mother to the children. And I will also want to say that there are different categories of step parenting. You know, we have issues of having a child out of wedlock, and you are now trying to get married to a person. Then we also have the issue of maybe you lost your partner and you want to marry again. So it depends on what we are talking about. And at the same time, we have to look at the age of the children involved in this step parenting that you are going to be a parent to. You know, it depends on their age and the category of the step parenting that you are going into. You have to look at how you are going to manage the situation. That's the most important thing. You know, you are not going in maybe as a wife to somebody's children from the previous relationship to take over. You should not go with that mindset. You should go into that particular match with, I'm going there to learn. I'm going there to study, you know, the children and the man. Because I always tell people that, for example, if a woman is getting married to a man that has children from a previous relationship, and it also depends on whether they are divorced or the wife is late. You know, if the woman is still alive and they are separated or divorced, that's another ball game entirely. But if the woman is late, then you are going in as a mother figure to the children. But at the same time, you have to learn to study the situation you are entering into. You have to study the situation. And at the same time, if the woman is still alive, maybe they are divorced or they are no longer interested in each other again, you should know that that particular man and the children, they will still be relating to the woman outside, one way or the other, they are connected for life. So it depends on the one we are looking at here. And there are different ways in which you will handle every situation. For example, as a woman, if you are going into a relationship, as a single woman, you are getting married to a man that has children from previous relationship. And their children, that one is different. You know, you are going there to be a mother to them. But at the same time, you know, they have the feel of their mother already in them. So you have to learn how to manage that situation. But if they are adults already, that's another ball game entirely.
It's another ball game
Yes.
entirely. I would have loved to ask more about the qualities.
What exactly is expected of a woman or a man who is coming into the life of a woman who was once married,
Okay.
or a man who was once married? Because it comes from either way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a man who has never been married for very young. They will have a loss of the husband or bad marriage. And like, wow, there are better things. New love evolves as you get married. So what are the things
Expected, apart from teaching to learn, what are the other qualities that a man or a woman who is going to be a stepfather or stepmother to those children that is going into the parents, you know, coming to the union together, what are the qualities that is expected from
Number one thing I would say is you have to be very patient.
them?
You have to be very patient with maybe the children or the spouse, irrespective. And at the same time, don't try to force your will. You know, don't try to force your own will on them.
At any point.
And at the same time, don't try to take the love of either from the children. Don't let them see you as somebody that is coming to take over the home. You have to be very patient, like I said. You have to be very understanding. Then at the same time, you know, you should have self-control. Self-control. Because the values that you are used to is different from what those children are used to. Then at the same time, don't be the type of parent that will be reporting. Learn to manage that situation. For example, if you are a man and the children, they did something, don't just look for a cane and start flogging them. They will never accept you. So number one, you should look for a way how to warm your way into the life of those children, irrespective of their age. Look for a way to warm yourself. Have a listening ear. You must be ready to listen to them. You must be ready to communicate effectively. You should not be a nagging man or a nagging wife. Don't be abusive in any form. Maybe verbal abuse, you're always insulting them. Don't be insulted. Just be patient. You know, if you are very patient and you said something when you were introducing the program, you should be empathic. You know, you should love them. Because we've seen a situation where maybe you are getting married to another person, irrespective whether a man or a woman, coming in with children. They will tell you, don't come in with your children. You know, that is a problem on its own. The Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? We have seen a lot, like you said. For example, if you are coming into a marriage and you tell the woman, I don't want to see your children, you will not enjoy that marriage forever. Because our mind is divided. Our mind will always be with those children wherever she kept them. So acceptance, you must be ready to accept them. Then when you accept them, show them that you love them. You must be ready to be maybe a father or a mother to them, but don't rush. Take it one step at a time. Show them respect. Then deal with, maybe if they are more than one, deal with them as individuals. You know, don't be collective in your relationship with them. They are different personalities. So deal with them on an individual basis. Is very, very key. You know, then you will learn to know them gradually, individually. You will learn to know them and you will learn how to relate with them. Then at the same time, you should know what they love what they love to eat. Don't insist. You cannot eat indomie. It is rice you are going to eat. And they've been used to these things over the years. Or don't just try to take over. Take it one step at a time. One step at a time. Gain their love, gain their respect, gain their acceptance. Let them accept you first. Then after the acceptability, then show them love. Show them that you care for them. Because it is very difficult. I've seen a lot of cases, maybe you lost your husband and you want to remarry. The children will refuse. The moment they see you with any man, they are very rebellious. They will just be angry. I have a friend for like 20 years. She lost her husband. The children are again remarrying. So if you want them to accept you from the beginning, give them love. But I'm not against remarrying. Whether you lost your husband or you are divorced, if you desire it. But the children in this relationship, they are very important. And we also have cases of bringing children from both sides. You are blending the family together.
Yeah. It's a match.
And most cases, you see that some of these relationships don't really work out in the long run. Why? Because you did not take time to study those children. I've seen a situation where a friend got married. The husband left her. Then she got married after 10 years with 3 boys. Then the man too came with 2 children. They got married. In the beginning it was glorious, but they are not separated again. Because the woman couldn't handle the way the man was handling the sons, his children. So it's very important that you be patient with them, have self-control, respect them. There is a saying, that we all know, respect begets respect. Even though we always believe that the children should respect me first. But in that kind of a situation, because it's not the normal situation, so learn to respect them. It's up to you. Take it one step at a time. Have a listening ear. I've mentioned like 4, 5, or 6. Have a listening ear. Then learn to communicate with them. Don't be a nagging man or a nagging wife. Don't be complaining. Then don't talk about their parents, the one that left or the one that is not available, in a negative manner. Just be patient.
Okay, yes, this topic is kind of personal to me, but let's go on our word of mouth. When we return, we are going to have the conversation. You understand why. We'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we have been discussing step parenting. It's kind of an emotional topic because when you hear the tales of step parenting, sometimes you ask yourself, are these people actual humans? Would they inflict this amount of pain on the children they would have had if they had biological children, And sometimes that mindset of you want to take over, like our guests have said, if you just come in, I guess the Lord was talking about the qualities. You just want to take over and you've forgotten that there were children on ground. And then you want to pour your frustration on those children. But we are still discussing step parenting. Now, I want to talk about, I told you this topic because, yes, shout out to my stepmom. Of course, she did a great job. She met 4 children, coming in and meeting 4 children, 3 girls and a boy. So you can understand that environment. But I literally grew up with her. And I used to say it, the woman I am today is because of the way she molded me. I say it anyway. My siblings, all of us will say it, that we are who we are today because we were raised by a strong woman. She is strong. Mrs. Ikwabu is a strong woman. And she doesn't give you this shoulder to be petty. She tells you life is, get it or win. She's a go-getter. So she transferred that in all of us, irrespective of whether she gave, even to all my cousins that grew up, that were in our house, But let's talk about the one that is important, comparison, when it comes to siblings and favoritism. We see that play a lot.
Yes.
In the course of the week, that was last week, I was coming to work and I saw a young girl. She told me she's about 8 years, selling in front of a public school. And I said, are you not going to school? She said, I'm going, but that's after I've finished telling to my friends. And she's in the same school with them. And I said, where is your uniform? She brought out the nylon, her uniform is there. I said, so she said, my mother will come and collect the money. I said, is it your biology? She said, no, my stepmother. Immediately, I could understand. Her friends are buying from her, passing her into the class, and she is waiting to sell to them before she will put on her uniform. And the woman will majestically come and collect the money. Now, in as much as we are talking about step parenting, trying to portray and make people understand that you can be a step parent without people knowing that you've not given birth to these biological children. You know, that's what we are talking about. That's the message we are trying to change that narrative of wicked stepmother. Everybody, wicked stepfather. Stepfathers will molest. We've had issues where stepfathers will impregnate.
Abuse.
Abuse the children. We've had, and then women will cover it up. We've had issues where women that are stepmothers will pour hot water, will batter, will beat. But I want to, because the Lord is going to handle that aspect, but I want to talk about comparison and favoritism among siblings. You know, sometimes you say, I'm not the one that biologically gave birth to you. You know, because that fear, is it as a result of insecurity? That if you raise those children right, you might not have time to raise your own children, because I'm simply not to understand. What could really be the cause of comparison and insecurity and favoritism when it comes to siblings in a step parenting home?
And what I would like to say in that regard is maybe, like you said, insecurity, you know, lack of knowledge, lack of understanding. Because I believe if you treat all the children, whether the ones you gave birth to or the ones that you met on ground, if you treat them equally, in the long run, you will be the one enjoying it. You understand? So I would like to advise that, though we want to give credit to some parents,
good, of course,
good
like my stepmom, Mrs.
stepmom, stepdad, that are doing a great job out there. There are a lot of them that are doing a great job. But at the same time, we want to maybe advise those ones that are not treating their stepchildren the way they are treating their own children. What do you have to lose anyway? So please, treat them equally. Treat them equally. Don't show favoritism. Don't show, you know, like some people, they will, like you said, they will give the children they met on ground as work, to work and work and work, and their own children will be pressing phone or watching TV. Me, I always tell people that what you sow is what you reap. Because in the long run, those your children that you are treating better than your own stepchildren, they will come out better than your own children in the long run. So it's better to treat them equally, because in the long run you will be the better one for it. Like I have a neighbor now. She traveled to UK. 2 years ago she went for 6 months. She has gone again in May for another 6 months to her stepdaughter. She met that child on ground before she came, and she gave birth to 2. Our own 2 children are in Nigeria, and they are doing very well. They are in Lagos. But this one, she's always saying, Mommy, and they ship her from one place to the other, cooking egusi soup. You know, they are treating her very well. 6 months with your stepdaughter in UK. She's a retiree. What are we talking about?
What are we talking
So we are advising you out there that you should treat them equally. By the time you are growing older, you will be the better one. You will enjoy them. You will enjoy them. And whatever you sow is what you reap. So why will you be treating your stepchildren worse and be treating your own children better? In some cases, they will give their own children good meals.
Yes.
Then they will give the stepchildren.
I see them giving their own children poison for the present.
Honestly, so I don't really understand. I don't understand. Even though there are some people that are doing very well, but we know out there there are some people that are doing very well. We are seeing it. We are seeing it. So we just want to advise them to treat them equally.
It's been in existence for years. We met it from the time of our great grandfather, mothers. We met it. That's just the truth. We met it.
We met it, but at the same time, those days
as we met it, we still have those who see it as my responsibility. Whatever you become tomorrow, I will come back and you will say, I am a mother. or I am a bad mother. Those are the ones who think deep into the
Yes.
future, because they see their own children and the children they met as their own, and they don't want to leave any stone unturned. You see them send their own children and the children, their stepchildren, to the market, go and sell. They sit down, eat from the same plate. They don't give them separate plates. In those days.
Yes.
Now, can we now see, is it possible for us to see a kind of bond that siblings, irrespective of who is my mom, who is my dad, how we grew up, how the merger came in, and our father and our mother are together, and we are also together. We have different surnames, and we are eating from the same plates. Can we see that in the near future?
Yes, of course we can.
How easy can we achieve and accomplish this?
You know, that's why I said we need to see it as if we are not in competition. Number one, your children are not competing with one another. They all have their own destiny to fulfill. I'm sorry to say this, I'm a Christian. The Bible says the plans and thoughts I have towards you, they are thoughts of good and not of evil, to have an expected end. So they should have the understanding that all these children, whether you are the one that gave birth to them or not, they have their destiny to fulfill, irrespective. So we should treat them equally. The children are not in competition with one another. So we should learn to take it one step at a time. Treat them equally. Be responsible to the children.
Now,
you know,
to be responsible to the children. In a situation, I'm sorry I have to cut you short because of our time. I want to be able to exhaust some of the questions that are really pondering in my heart. In a situation whereby, as much as the woman in the house is trying to make peace, to make things work out, she's understanding, she's patient, she has the virtue of a mother and a true wife who has nothing. You understand? Eden against the stepchildren, against the wife who is still alive, who is not. You know, you have some women who compete with the dead. They compete with the dead. Just like you said, they will start going back and pointing finger like this. You remember your mother? That's how she did. Only God knows what she did that killed her. Your father? I don't know what he did. He just died like that. You don't even know where he is.
Yeah.
Pointing fingers. It happens to both male and female.
yes, yes.
You have men who will sit with their step son or daughter and start saying, only God knows what even happened. They'll start bringing the past into the present. How do we now marry or manage a woman who has been trying to make things work and is proving difficult with the children
And the
because
children.
their mother is still alive?
And they feel like
And each
you're the
time
reason
they go for
holiday, the woman
maybe they
poisons
share the
them.
custody. And the one,
You didn't
Come
get.
back, oh.
You, she's a witch.
Anything. But make sure if she's coming. Meanwhile, the child is ready
To give in.
but the mother would like, well, unless I'm not the one that gave birth, I will curse you. We have some parents like that.
Yes,
we had a
we
discussion
do.
like that some time
Yes,
ago,
some
whereby
time ago.
the mother was telling the only son, she had the opportunity to have the only son, and that boy is the youngest. And the man had lots of properties. But this boy, out of wisdom of God, was able to manage because everything was handed over to him after the father died. And the woman wants to capitalize on that. So how do we how does a woman who
You
is
don't share with your
trying,
step siblings.
she's trying so much, and it's becoming cumbersome, a trouble. Apart from prayer, yes, prayer is the key. Yeah. I'm a prayer warrior. I love prayers. But sometimes we still need to sit down and talk one-on-one. How does she manage this with those children? What does she have to do again?
Firstly, I want to say that we cannot do without having those bad elements amongst them. because the Bible says the heart of man is desperately wicked.
Wicked.
So it cannot be eradicated. You will still see some people that will still maybe want to poison the mind of the children. Or even if their parents is late and their other parents remarried, there are some children that are deviant. They don't like correction, you know, they don't just want to accept you. So in that situation, what I will advise, apart from prayers, like you said, the woman or the man that is trying his or her best to take care of the children, to pour love onto them, you should go for counseling. Then at the same time, talk to the children one-on-one. Maybe call them, don't talk to them collectively. Maybe call the particular child that you feel is not responding to your love, and maybe have a heart-to-heart conversation. You know, you cannot run away from communication. It's the lifeblood.
Yes.
At times we based our reaction or our judgment on assumption.
True.
We don't really know the reason. There may be a reason why that child, maybe a wrong impression, you know, wrong assumption, or you did something sometimes and the child refused to forgive you, you understand. And the child does not know how to come to you, or feeling that you have taken over my father or my mother. So you just need to have that one-on-one conversation.
Children.
Continue to be good, continue to show love, continue to take care of the children, continue to do your own part. The fact that the child or the children, they are not responding to your love does not mean you should change your approach. Just continue to give the love. Just continue to give the love. But most importantly, there are times you need to clear the air. So you need to have a one-on-one conversation. If there is maybe wrong assumptions, there are wrong assumptions, you clear the mind of the child that I'm not here to take over your father or your mother. I'm here, you know, to support you. Let them see you as a supportive parent. Let them see you as a mentor. Let them see you as a good example. You understand? So by the time the children are able to gain your confidence, kind of, they will accept you in the long run. Just continue to be good, one step at a time. Be good to them. In the long run, they will accept you. And in a situation where there is a parent out there poisoning the mind of the child, honestly, there's really nothing you can do. You cannot do anything with the woman or the man outside. It's with the child. So you really need to have a conversation, because we have a situation where there are some children, even the father or the mother that left, the children are still angry with that father or the mother that left. So if you come in with the mindset that I came in to take care of you, I came in to show you love, with time, it will take time, you know, because those children, they already have a mindset that our mother or father left us. So they are angry already. So when you are coming in, they are angry with you too, that you want to take over the other half that we are managing. So one step at a time, continue to show them love, continue to care for them, continue to support their dreams, their goals, their aspiration. You know, in most cases, don't be reporting them to their own biological parents. When there is an issue, be neutral. Don't let them see you as somebody that is always putting fire, you know, in the situation. Be neutral in the situation. You understand?
Yes.
So by the time they discover that this woman said all the things we've been doing, even it's not affecting her, they will change. And the one that will not change, there is nothing that you can do.
You know, our time is not always on our side, but as you round up, I want us to talk about those ones that maltreat silently. You know, we have stepmothers that their maltreatment is silent. In fact, you can come and meet that child eating a bowl of rice with chicken butts. The underground this thing. How do such children, you know, because this thing leads to adulthood trauma. You know, they become traumatized because they, like when we're talking, I said it brought back a lot of memories. How do such children come out of, now we are addressing those kids, because sometimes it happens to ones that are a bit matured. How do they come out of that environment so that it doesn't affect their self-esteem? You hear stepmother saying you think you're beautiful. Who told you you're beautiful? They wash you down. They make you feel like you're irresponsible. How do such children find their way around to still become to gain that confidence as we round up the show?
I will advise them to go for counseling, therapy, you know. They need a kind of reorientation of their
Mama,
mind.
let's leave that. We are talking of the grass, those ones in the village. No, let's leave the therapy ones.
It's not only in the village.
It's not only in the village. They are everywhere.
They are everywhere.
The ones that are in
the
yes, that don't have access to therapy.
therapy. You have to build your self-confidence one way or the other. Just believe that God has made you for a purpose, and at the end of the day you will fulfill purpose, irrespective. There are some people that they went through childhood trauma, but they just made up their mind that what my mommy went through or what I went through when I was growing up, I will not pour it upon my children. So I just want to change.
All right, thank you very much.
Before going, I have gift for maybe viewers. I don't know how to do.
Wow.
I have 4 books. 2 from my.
This is beautiful.
I have 2 books published.
Okay.
You better call into me, no.
You better call
You
in.
better call
You have
in.
to call in to
You
win. I
better
have
call
2
in. The books are here.
published
We will
books.
definitely give you, but
I have
call
The
in.
Right Kind of Marriage. I brought 2
Okay.
for viewers if you call in. Then I have 2 Alone But Not Lonely. So as gift for our viewers.
Now you see, we
So-
have, you see, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
you have to call.
Call in,
Not
call
lonely.
in, call in.
And we'll be showing you our own too, because our own is in the car.
You know, when I told you that she's an author and someone who has been in this field for a very
And
long
we
time,
have
now you
this
understand, yeah.
The right kind.
The right
of
kind
marriage. So
of
what kind of marriage
marriage
are you looking forward to? You can always call the number on your screen to win this, and we'll definitely get
All right, thank you very much. So before you give away, now we have our own gift to give you. Just a little token from Video Industries, Family and Values. And Galaxy
Thank you
Television.
so much.
So while you're going,
Thank
just
you.
sip your video coffee
Thank you,
and refresh
thank you.
yourself, you know. Yeah.
God bless
Thank you
Thank
so much. Okay, it's another wonderful time, and I hope you had a splendid time. It's, like I said, humility is the key. Patience is the watchword. Being a stepmom is not a joke, but you can always go through it and come out with a future that you start moving to be doing normal work from one country to another. 6 my day now, Papa go just miss you. But really, even the men now do go, you know, they go with their wives sometimes just to go and spend time with their children. So bring up these children the way they should go, and when they grow up, they will not depart from it, because you have shown them love, and that love will bring the future to you as an old person enjoying life. My name is Remedial Radijaka David. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Okay, just like our guests have said, patience is key. If you find yourself in that shoes where you become a step parent, all you need to have is patience, empathy, and kindness. Those 3 things will guide you through. I am a product raised by a stepmom, so I can testify that they are actually good step parents out there. You know, just make sure that, like us, Amini Future said, empathy and humanity. Have respect for humanity to go a very long way. Okay, tomorrow we'll be discussing forgiving quickly. So it's a continuation from last week, forgiving quickly. Our guest to be in the studio, you know, to have a concluding part with us. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere tomorrow, because it's going to be very, very interesting. Learn how to forgive quickly. My name still remains Joy Abu. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a splendid, splendid Tuesday ahead. Stay blessed and let love lead.